What up, peeps? It's your girl Josh. Come back from what takes. Well, it's that time, guys. It's reaction time, and this is for the Sandman season 2, episode 3, titled "More Devils Than Vast Hell Can Hold." That is a mouthful. Coming from episode 2, saying that it looks like AKA Morpheus, AKA Sandman, has been entrusted with hell. Uh, Key, all that. Now, mind you, Lucifer's like, you know what? Since you said you're gonna come, whether I give you my permission or not, whatever, that I'm gonna do you one good. When you come, unbeknownst to you, I want you to take over. You see how there was no one there? It was just so quiet. And then, like, okay, I'm entrusting it with you. Can you take off my wings? Okay, yes. She's like, no, and then the look on his face, because that's not what he expected. He, as I said, expecting some sort of fight, whatever. No, you did that before and won it brilliantly. Embarrassed her a little bit, but no, she's like, I'm gonna do something which you are not expecting, and he truly did not. And now, being that we see what happened in episode 2, where you're dealing with the gods, you're dealing with the fairies, the demons, everybody vying to be in control, to have that particular power to run it. He has his hands full making that decision. And then you have some, of course, that take him aside and want to talk to him to see if they can sway him. Doesn't work, but there's one in particular, one that might just sway, and it's one of the demons. He had a little peace offering from one of the demons, tried to keep some of his belongings from season 1, things that were, his collection of things that he had to go back out and get back. But that wasn't what he wanted. But then they were like, okay, that's not going to do it. I have one in particular that I know you want. And it was already told to Lucifer, so of course it got around, and it's Nada. You see how she's encapsulated whatever within the evil and all that, and you see her, crying, yelling out whatever on the look on Sandman's face. He was not here for it. He had to keep it together collectively. And the guy's like, do you understand? Meaning like, yeah, I expect you to choose right and choose in our favor. And he's like, you understand? He's like, oh yes. I can only imagine what he has in store for this particular demon. It would not be good. I'm here for it because I know that wrath. You see how he was locked up for 100 years, whatever, and all that petty and all that, and that calmness, and to finally get out, he could have done more damage. But I think with this instance of somebody he loved, it's not going to be good. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this episode when he finally makes a decision. He decides not to let this do it and still be able to help Nada. I'm really wanting to see how that's going to turn out and play out. So I think I've rambled on enough. I just had to put that out before we get into this. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts within you guys.
Tomorrow you'll make your announcement when you give me the key. Then I'll quit this place and leave you with Nada.
I will take the matter under consideration.
Ooh.
Under consideration?
Yes. You will hear my decision tomorrow. Now go.
I know that's right. Get the hell out.
How was his home? He and the other demons have no place to go, so if giving them the key would free you and Nada.
Azazel will never be content to rule hell. He will use it as a foundation to conquer every realm, including ours. Is your bedchamber not to your satisfaction?
No, it is. It's beautiful. Do you remember King Oberon and Queen Titania's last visit to the mortal realm?
You were there?
Were once a frequent visitor to Fairy.
For a time. The two realms were extensions of each other.
And you were banned from our realm. Until you did what I thought was impossible. And healed the rift between our worlds.
You came then, Will Shakespeare.
At your command, Lord.
Shakespeare.
Midsummer's Eve. By the long man at Wilmington.
Welcome to you, Oberon of Dom Daniel. And to you, Lady Titania.
What say you to
Look
that,
who it is.
King
I
of
recognize
the
that
Riddle
face.
Realm?
Robin Goodfellow, mind your manners. We are my Lord Shaper's guests. I will not have him insulted by a hobgoblin.
Please, take your seats. The diversion I have arranged begins forthwith.
4 happy days bring in another moon. But Olmi thinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
Room fairy. Here comes Oberon. And here my mistress. Would that he were gone. Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
I've forgotten me what strange creatures mortals can be. Oh, how I ache to make a sport of them.
Unlike your dream, to have such waking commerce with mortal kind.
We came to an arrangement some years ago. The price of getting what you want is getting what once you wanted.
You played me well, mortal. They have played me. Time out of mind.
What the hell is he doing?
And I do Robin Goodfellow better than anyone. With a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower.
During your time here, Fairy afforded me much entertainment and enchantment. Oberon and Queen Titania will be remembered by mortals till this age is gone.
We thank you, Shaper, but this diversion is not true. Things...
Tales and dreams are the shadow truths that will endure when mere facts are dust and ashes.
Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend, and... an honest buck.
Come. Now the time for our return draws near.
But leave, my lord. There are mortals to confustigate and vex.
Already Wendell opens up his gate. Thank you, Dream Lord.
Next time, sister.
You healed the wounds between our realms. You held a mirror up to my king and queen and showed them that they were the problem, not you. And you made them love you for it.
I'm glad to have met you. Finally.
And I you, my lord.
I apologize for the delay, which is why I am obligated to entrust it with those that serve in heaven's name. Remiel. Duma. The key is yours.
Oh, wow.
You offered us your hospitality when we arrived. You can do nothing now to harm any of us.
I offered my hospitality to all of my guests. Those I knew about, and those I did not.
If you want to.
Thank God.
Come on, I've got you.
You are mine now, Dream Lord. Mine to consume at my leisure.
Oh, Azazel.
Where are you?
It was unwise of you to attempt to harm me. Does anyone else in this place have a problem with my decision? Good. May I see her?
They've given her something to help her sleep. Perhaps when she wakes up and has had time to recover, I'll let her know the moment she wakes up you wish to see her.
May I ask what you intend to do with him?
Nothing. I will merely give him time to reflect, and the opportunity to mend his manners. I'm sorry I was forced to reject your offer.
You're sorry? Ha! You won't be coming back with me. You're going to be staying here. With him. My sister Nula. It's a gift to you. From Fairy.
Reject the Queen's gift if you will, but she will not be best pleased. Nula, if she returns to Fairy, risks her severest displeasure.
I would far rather be received here as a gift than return to a queen and a brother who would think so little of me that he would give me away.
It was her diplomacy that led to the abolition of Fairy's tithe to hell, to which the angels agreed.
Well, in that case, perhaps Titania will allow you to come back from time to time to see old friends and visit your brother.
I have no wish to do so.
Mm.
Do we have any other guests staying on unexpectedly? Or is that everyone?
Those shoes. I am unworthy of your hospitality.
Yes, I think perhaps you are. Low-key. Why Lord Susano?
Why shouldn't he replace me under the earth? It's not as if anyone's gonna miss him.
Because he was my guest.
So am I.
I could create a dream image of you and leave it in his place. Both of you would walk free. He would be in my debt.
Mm.
You understand this?
What would you ask of me?
Nothing. Yet.
I reluctantly agree to your terms.
Very well. Are you enjoying your retirement?
I was.
Give it back to its creator.
Did you? Well done. Dream, did you succeed in finding Nada?
I did. She does not wish to see me.
Ah. Thank you. I think you have something to say to me.
I think perhaps that I should apologize.
You think perhaps you should apologize?
I
I spent 10,000 years in hell. I burned by day and froze by night, and wept and waited. All that because of you. And you think perhaps you should apologize. Look at me. Look at me!
No one may strike me. I should.
What? What will you do to me this time, Dream Lord?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
To dwell on the past is a hell on its own.
Then perhaps it is time that we discuss your future. Are you certain this is what you want?
A chance to see the mortal world.
Let me come with you.
Kaiko.
It is treacherous there.
More so than hell.
I love you.
No, you do not. I know you believe that you do. How could anyone who truly loved me do what you've done to me?
Yes, like, sir.
I think perhaps you merely want what you cannot have. That is not love. That is desire.
I love love you.
But I do not love you. Kaku.
All right, you guys, I enjoyed this episode. This one was just locked and loaded. Seeing that the dream really having to confront the fact that, does he, of course, want to do the right thing, being that he's being presented with the love of his life, being Nada, but in the end, he's like, as he had put it, I'll put it into consideration. Put it into consideration. Yes. No, you're not pulling any strings here. As much as you want to throw the person that I love into the decision making for him to really give you what you want, whatever it's not going to work. He has to stay even killed, even though it pains him to do that. But in the end, he let it be known. He's like, get out of my room. And I like how he just sent his ass away. Excuse my language, but needless to say, it needed to be done. The arrogance, like you was automatically once I show you what I have of yours that you're looking for, whatever, everything should be in my favor. No. Also, I loved how he talked to him in Nuala, one of the fairies, and getting the backstory. I really enjoyed that because that was very essential in this particular actual episode, knowing, how certain things were with the dream and the fairies. And we get, of course, we saw the brother, Nuala's brother, her, and then we get introduced to King Oberon and Queen Tatiana. Now, I recognize the actress. She's on a couple shows I like, but one of them being The Strain. I want to say, what's her name? Ruta Gedmintes. I cannot pronounce her name correctly if I'm not saying the last name, but love her. But seeing her, at the helm, and then seeing another face I haven't seen in a long time, going back to my GOT days, if anyone knows what I mean. Of course, a fairy named Puck, played by Jack Gleason. I was like, wait a minute, I know that face, and his face is so distinct. I could see it coming like, okay, but I did like that. He was very, you know, just, I don't know if I just get a vibe of him like just always up to no good, and clearly he wasn't. We do also get introduced to the character, of course, William Shakespeare. I love seeing that and how we get to see how the dream utilized his, creative in this process to kind of mend, some strain there. Because clearly, when you all are talking to him, because of course she had a restless night, in regards to him and his, relationship with Tatiana, how it became strained. And let's just say, when you do meet her and you see her with the king, you can see she's none too happy with him. They opened up this, for them to come through the fairs and all that and present, his, way of gesture. You see the play, you're going to play. And of course, Puck's just like, and then you see how he eventually wants to intercede into that, putting his charm, on this individual so he could take over a particular scene in the play after they have some sort of, like, as they say, intermission of sorts. But I like the conversation was made how he wanted to give his olive branch and all that and find a way to mend that relationship with the fairies, which in the end it did. They enjoyed the play, they loved it. Puck doing his part in revealing himself and all that, and him wanting to do more clearly. But the king's like, no, my servant, no, we're not doing no more. You showcased, how you could, infiltrate this, play and all that, and do these scenes and all that. Great. In the end, I will say he needed that because it helped him to kind of, decide, in regards to how he wanted to make his decision. But he ended up doing it. He gave hell to the creator and gave it back, to them. And I thought in the end that was great. As much as he would love to help the gods, of course, the fairies saying we don't want you to give it back to hell and all that because that would have benefited them, and then also Susano, saying that correctly, it ended up going to them. Of course, Azazel, he tried it. He's like, I welcomed all my guests, even guests I didn't know about. And I love how he phrased that because you had, of course, Nada in there, so you didn't know that. He's like, okay, I'm protected in here and all that. He said, well, you know what, if you want to come and get her. And he took her and he tried him. You're inside his realm. Did you really think you were going to be able to do that? And all that. And I like how he's like, oh no. He's like, oh, just, like, no, not in my place. No, you're not. Left him nice in that little crystal ball. I was like, Nada, got out and all that. Had to rest and you see and make sure she's comfortable. And at first, she's just not interested in seeing you, and rightfully so. 10,000 years, like, I will say I like the ending where he, at least with all the individuals that came, whatever, you know. Yeah, respect for, to the fairies, respect and all. But one thing I will say I did not particularly like, and I think it's so cruel to do to Nuala, is the fact that the brother, was like, we're giving you a gift in this Nuala. And it's just like, what? Not expecting that, totally called her. I thought you knew. How would she know that? Do you think she would even win if she knew, Tatiana was going to do that to her? Like, that's not right. And she was like, no, I would not want to return somewhere where I don't feel like I'm more than wanted. And he's like, I'll come. Like, I was like, don't bother. Like the fact that you went along with that, I'm your sibling. I was just like, peace out, brother. Just go ahead and go. It's house season or whatever. And he wanted to see her true self, whatever, without, the guys and all that and everything. And I liked is she showed her true self and all that. And she's pretty, either way, it didn't matter. Um, Also, I will say this, and I might put this up because I think I'm correct. The young lady playing Nuala, I've seen her on another show. I feel like I know my, that face enough. She was on a show that was only on shortly for I think one season called The Nevers. I think I'm right. I'm going to check that. And if I am, I'll post that, whatever, and all that. Because I kept staring at her the last time, but I wasn't playing, and looking at her more so in this episode. She's more visible and in a lot more scenes. I cannot shake it. So I could be right, could be wrong. We will see. But in the instance, I like the conversation she had when she was kind of roaming, you know, and I feel like she's going to be a nice little added character, to be in his, in his as a confidant of some sort of similar to like Lucian as well. Might eventually join him on certain journeys and all that. So I look forward to seeing, that friendship, keep going. Never know, something else might happen. Not a, eventually dines with, with the dream until she's not here for him. She's just like what she went through, the torture, the pain, this and that and other, and him trying to apologize. Perhaps I and no, perhaps you were wrong. There's no way around it. And when she told him, look at him, he wouldn't. She's like, no, nobody. She's like, what are you going to do now that hasn't already been done? And I like how they just shut him down, like just stop. As quickly as you didn't like her smacking, you were ready to do what? She has been through. You went through something for 100 years. I understand, but she literally was tortured in hell. You were locked up in some glass case, bubble, whatever, sitting there, literally, just butterball naked. Like, please. They just, did it, she was the dead. She was like, I'm ready to go out here into the world. And he's like, the world can be just cool. It's like, it's cruel as hell. Like, really? The hell I've been in all these years? And he tried to apologize. She wouldn't accept it. And she has that right. And as much as it hurts him, as much as he cares, he was like, no, you know, like I said, nobody who loves somebody would do what you did. And that's so true. You would not love somebody and do and hurt them that way. However way, real word and all that. And in this instance with this one, how you could stand in front and say that. But he was like, you can't tell me what my heart is. And he's like, the love, he's like, it's more so not love, it's like desire. The look on his face when she said desire, and I thought I was like, oh, of all the choice words. So yeah, just her walking out, it was just like, yeah. And just his face just standing there, and there's nothing he can do. He can't force her to stay, whatever, and all that. You just what you did. And then even when he had that conversation with Lucifer, like he was, thinking that he, had bested her again, and then he's like, I don't really feel like I bested anything, he feel like he's still lost. And the conversation, he's like, you found out. I was like, yes, but she's not happy and all that, and she wants nothing to do with it. It's like in the end, you should. I hope deep down he was expecting her would not want you. Like if I get out, I want to be far away from you. There's no answer you're going to give her, explain to her why you would even think or consider doing something like that. I could imagine, her being scared, traumatized, the trust that she probably will have to, can probably, the next person who would ever come alive, she would even open herself up to be loved, you know, probably won't be on the same realm as what he did to her. But I'm like, so it's just a very heavy episode, a lot going on. I'm looking forward to seeing what's the next journey that he's going to be dealing with. Of course, coming to the realization of, him and Otter that that's done, it's over with and all that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's next with him, how he's going to go on. Not New Orleans, of course, there as well, how she can be of assistance, help with what's going on. But it's just the beginning. Like you said, we're getting presented all the different, endless and all that, like delirium, desire, it's just going to be interesting seeing because as they Destiny said, is now began. So we're not done. We're just beginning. So I'm excited. So I have rambled on enough, you guys. With that said, comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that, I will see you guys in the next reaction. You guys take care.